PPA National Match Play Championship in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm Dennis Carter, along with Joe A. Boyd, PPA Commissioner and course owner here in Lynchburg. Joe, we started with 64 qualifiers. We are now down to the final 2.
We are down to the championship match. We couldn't be happier that the tournament was held here. We've got the greatest putters in the world competing here in Lynchburg, and one of those great putters, Ken Hastings. Ken, today's match against Vince Batten, how do you feel today?
I feel very confident in my game. I think I'm playing very well right now. I've been making a lot of holes in one on this course. I really enjoyed the facility. It's a wonderful place to play and such a nice location down here in Lynchburg, and I'm looking forward to a good match with Vince.
Thank you. Dennis, let's talk to Vince.
Vince, you knocked off a great player in the semifinals in Greg Ward. Had to have been an emotional win for you.
It was a great win. He's such a great player. He's one of the greatest players ever to play the game. It was a really tough match, but it was a great win.
So how did Vince and Ken make it to the championship match? Well, Vince, as we said, knocked off Greg Ward.
Greg Ward was voted as the 1990s putter of the decade. So, Dennis, as you can tell, he's obviously one of the greatest putters ever to play.
And Greg didn't make it easy for Vince at all. This was a great back-and-forth match. Vince had to play a super match to get by Greg as he knocks in the hole-in-one at number 8.
Here's Greg on hole number 9, which brings the match, in this particular case, back to even. Again, as you said, back and forth, back and forth. Here, Vince scores a hole-in-one that moves him 1 up. Hole number 11.
Right into the cup.
He's got such a nice, smooth stroke, Vince does.
Greg's not going to go away, though. He's won a lot of tournaments in his life. About 129 tournaments, something like that.
He's the all-time leader. Good shot there by Vince. And hole number 15. Watch this. What a wonderful shot this was.
Off of the back railing, and wow, the thing spins in and stays into the cup.
And this is the final shot of the match. He has to make a hole-in-one or the match is over. He misses, so Vince Batten of Richmond, Virginia is the first finalist in the ProPutters.com television series.
Vince won the match 2-up, setting up the second semifinal between a couple of Pittsburgh buddies, Ken Hastings and also Craig Williams.
These two players, Ken and Craig, traveled together. They've been doing so since 1983. Room together, eat together, do everything together, and they put on a great match. But boy, Ken just got on a roll and couldn't be stopped, Dennis.
They both kind of started out slowly, but as you said, Ken got on a roll, started knocking in holes in one after holes in one, and Craig tried to keep up with him. Nice putt here to stay alive and keep the match going, but Ken aced 10 of his last 11 holes. He was 12 under for 16 holes.
What a beautiful shot, though. Nice speed. Back about hole number 9, you could see him actually get his touch back, and he got on a roll and just couldn't be stopped. Hole number 15 here. Craig has to make this to keep the match alive. He does. Hole number 16, the match at this point is dormy. This hole-in-one puts Ken into the championship match.
And putt-putt's like a lot of different sports. When you get in a groove, you can't be stopped. You feel it, and now we're getting into the championship match. Vince Batten, Richmond, Virginia, against Ken Hastings of Pittsburgh. Vince on the first hole. He'll play it off the left-hand rail, then off the back, hopefully into the cup. He'd like to get this match started with a hole-in-one.
Hurry, 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 hurry!
Oh, it just had enough.
Nice shot. Boy, he's happy with that one. He is happy with that shot. Good way to start. Puts the immediate pressure in this match play format on Ken.
Ken, as he said before the match, he's been putting great of late. Had the big win over his buddy, Craig Williams.
That's a nice shot right there.
Has he got enough off the back rail? Yes, it does.
Nice shot. Good start to Ken and for Vince. As we move on to hole number 2 in this championship match.
And Vince will hang on to the honors, hopefully backing up his hole-in-one with another one at number 2 to put the pressure on Ken.
This is a speed hole, Dennis, where the ball will be played off the right-hand rail and will rock in between 2 hills. Your hope here is that it, let's see if it happens, off the one hill and into the bottom of the cup, just like that. So that's a nice shot.
Played it perfectly, and now Ken will try and duplicate that. He'll also play it off of the right-hand rail and get it between the two mounds and hopefully have it rock into the hole for him.
On this particular hole, there is a certain area inside the mounds on the right-hand side of the cup that if you get inside that area, there's no chance, and he's got there, there's no chance of that ball going over. You have to get it close enough to the hole to get that, let that rocking motion take it into the hole. Let's see if I can do a better job of explaining that for you here. Look first that the tee mat positions are different by both players. There's more angle on the shot that Ken is hitting.
Vince from the middle of the mat, and Ken is a little bit more
That's
to
right.
the side.
And Vince from the middle of the mat hit it shorter on the rail, where Ken hits it further down the rail.
Looked like Ken just missed his mark there.
He just missed his mark, that's all. And in this game, in this sport, you miss your mark by just a quarter to half an inch, and it has all the effect in the world on the shot.
So Vince with the ace at 2 takes the 1-up lead as we head into hole number 3 of the championship match.
Now both players here will play this off the left-hand rail. Again, a touch shot. Speed's very important here. Let's see what happens. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Yeah, his speed was good on that hole. He must have just missed his mark ever so slightly.
Taps in for the routine par. Ken Hastings now with a chance to even the match if he can knock this in. He'll play it the same way, off of the left-hand rail. Hopefully with the speed that he needs to bring it up and into the hole.
Well, his touch on the first 2 holes have been very good. The speed's been excellent. The speed here is excellent as well. Just missing on the left. He'll knock this in for his routine par to stay one hole down as we move on to hole number 4.
Vince Batten will continue to hang on to the honors from the aces on the first 2 holes.
This hole, both players will play it off the back rail, off a side rail. They hope off the back and into the cup. That was a nice shot by Vince, but left it a little bit off to the right.
This has been a tough hole for the pros, Joe. In the previous semifinal matches, none of the 4 have aced this hole. So it's been a tough hole even for the pros.
Even for the best, this is a tough hole, and Ken needs this hole now to bring this match back to even. Let's see what he does. Oh, he'll be happy with that. He'll be happy with that.
Oh, just
boy.
into the cup. Looked like it might hang out there, and but it was able to drop in, and Ken is able to even the match up at this point.
That was a nice shot. Moving on to hole number 5, a hole that the pros like. This is a hole that they expect to score a hole-in-one on. It's a difficult hole for amateur putters, but the pros like it. The ball will go straight into the cup. The cup is resting on a 4-inch platform, on a 4-inch hill. Nice shot.
Ken played that from the far right side of the mat. Was able to hit the putt that he wanted, and Vince also from that same exact position on the tee mat.
Let's see how good his memory is. The last time he played this hole in the televised match against Greg Ward, he got a 6.
Oh boy.
So let's see if...
that was a nightmare for him, but fortunately in match play, it only hurts 1 hole.
It hurts the 1 hole, and the memory is short because the ball drops into the cup. Congratulations to him. As we move on to hole number 6.
Much better results that time. Hole number 6, we're all square. Ken Hastings with the honors. Ken out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Big thrill for him to be playing in the championship match of the PPA ProPutters.com Match Play Championship. He'll go off of the rail and hopefully into the cup. Sure did. That was a nice putt.
Awful nice shot. This is the first time that the Putt Putt television series has been filmed at night. So you'll see during the course of this match, it get darker and darker outside, and that'll have some effect on these players.
And Vince puts it right into the cup as well. We've got a great championship match going here, all even through 6 holes. We're back with more right after this. Back in Lynchburg, Virginia, the PPA ProPutters.com Match Play Championship. And Joe, we've got quite a title match going here, all even through the first 6 holes.
What a terrific match. Each of the players have made 4 holes-in-ones out of the first 6 holes.
Ken Hastings out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on the tee. Off of the rail, off of the back, and hopefully into the cup. Slides by, though.
That was a tough break. I thought he hit that one very well.
Tap in for his 2. Vince, Batten, Richmond, Virginia. Now with a chance to take the lead if he can ace this hole. He'll play it just as Ken did, off of the right-hand railing, off of the back, and hopefully with enough speed to get into the cup.
Boy, what a terrific shot. He's happy with that. Congratulations on that hole-in-one. Let's see the difference between the 2 players on this particular hole. You can see on the right-hand side, Ken plays a different tee map position than Vince does. He hits the ball much harder than Vince did.
A little bit too hard.
A little bit too hard. Even that 8 inches past the cup, as you see right there, had all the effect in the world. As you can see on this shot, ball going right back to the cup and into the hole. Terrific shot by Vince.
And Vince will take that. That ball could have easily hung on the lip there, but it dropped in, and consequently, he is up 1-up as we go into hole number 8.
Both of these players will play this one off the right-hand side. Another speed shot. Let's see what happens here.
Off the right-hand rail.
He's going to be short.
He's not going to get there.
Yeah, he's going to be short.
Into a deuce.
I think he knew it when he hit it, too.
Yeah, but it was very obvious on that hole that he did hit it the way he planned. So there's an opening now for Ken to bring this match back to even with a hole-in-one.
I guess when you've seen your opponent come up short, you tell yourself in your mind, well, I can't do that same thing. I've got to make sure I get the ball to the cup.
Yes.
And he didn't do it.
Boy, you've heard it before, but that's a crime to let that happen in this format. You cannot afford to be short.
You know, to make that hole, that's what you got to do. You got to hit it good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You have to hit it good. And he just left it short.
So a missed opportunity for Ken there. Vince Batten remains 1-up as we head into hole 9. This will be a straight-on putt, won't it, Joe?
This will be straight. He plays this hole very well, normally. Let's see what happens here.
Has he got enough?
Oh, look at this. He did it again.
Wow, 2 holes in a row.
He's lost his touch. Let's see what happens. You can see the ball breaking out at the very end as well. The stroke is nice. The line is nice.
If it's got the speed, it's definitely in.
See it
but
breaking off to the left
right.
there. So, I mean, as it turns out, it was well short of the mark of the proper speed.
didn't have enough juice there, but he knocks it in for his 2. Another opening for Ken Hastings.
Now, Ken expects to make this one. You can't let these opportunities pass you by. He had one on hole number 8. He has one again here on hole number 9. He's going to win this match. He has to take advantage right now.
And he's telling himself, don't leave it short, don't leave it short.
And he didn't leave it short. But,
Whoa,
yeah.
hit that one too hard. I guess he really was mentally saying, I can't afford to leave this ball short.
He's left himself an awful hard putt right here. That obstacle doesn't appear to be in the way, but I have to tell you, the optical illusion there, oh,
Whoa.
boy.
He'll
Wow.
take that too.
He will. He came awful close. I think he realizes how fortunate he was.
This is a tough putt for anybody.
Yes, it is. Look at that. Just an immediate break because of that hill. But it slides into the cup. And as they say on the scorecard, it doesn't show how you made it, just that you did make it. So Vince remains 1 up going into hole number 10.
On to the back 9. Vince will play this off of the right-hand rail, then off of the back, and hopefully into the cup.
Nice shot. Just an awful nice shot. He left the previous 2 holes short, but that one was perfect. And now all the pressure in the world on Ken. He's playing this from a different tee map position than Vince did. Let's see what happens. And the ball bounced a little bit off the tee mat.
Play it the same way, but with not as good results as Vince.
No, he's not happy with that.
I'm here with Karen Hastings, the daughter of Ken, who also plays putt-putt as an amateur putter. Karen, any advice for Dad? He's now 2 down with 8 holes left to go.
Just stay in there and try to keep the match as tight as possible and try to pull it out at the end.
Tell me a little bit about your experience and where you play.
I play out of Monroeville, Pennsylvania too, and we play there on Thursday night tournaments, and we have a lot of fun out there.
How do you feel right now? What kind of excitement do you have for your dad?
I'm very excited to see him in the finals, and I hope that he can go all the way and win this thing.
Go give him a kiss and good luck to him.
Okay,
Thank you.
On to hole 11. Vince Batten now 2 up over Ken Hastings. Vince with the honors, and he's starting to get hot at just the right time.
Goodbye.
Oh, boy.
Oh, right into...
He hit that dead center in the pipe, didn't he?
You can hear it.
Yeah, he hit a dead center that he's going to go up a hill here for a second shot, but
You know, we
Makes his
laugh,
routine
Joe.
too there.
I think we laugh because it does make us feel good when we see the pros have trouble like we do when we go out and play around a putt-putt.
exactly right. It certainly makes our games a lot easier. Let's see if Ken has the opportunity. Look at that. He hit the side rail on that. This is not a hard hole for these players. Both of them just hit bad putts. Ken on that one hit the sideboard, which eliminated any opportunity to go into the cup. Let's watch both players, both teeing off from tee map position number 7. You can see on that shot that we just seen, that was from the first match that Ken played with Craig. Ball did not hit the side rail and went right into the cup, and here it did hit the board and no opportunity to go in. So just that quarter inch, Dennis, makes that big difference.
Missed a golden opportunity. More coming up after this. Back to Lynchburg, Virginia in the Match Play Championship. Vince Batten of Richmond, Virginia. Ken Hastings of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Vince in the driver's seat at this moment, 2 up as we head into hole number 12.
The all-important honors Vince has. Holes in ones put pressure on your opponent. And in this match play format, you can't afford to get...
Oh!
What a terrific shot. He's got it rolling. He has it rolling at this point.
And the crowd liked the way that one dropped in for him.
A couple of weeks ago when Vince was on against Greg Ward on the left-hand side, this ball is going to stay out to the right of the cup versus the shot tonight. He'll hit the same shot with different results. Watch at the very end how this ball turns into the cup.
And he was able to drop in.
What a wonderful shot.
Basically the same shot, but maybe just got a little lucky.
Well, the speed was a little bit different there as well. And it's hard to notice, but that extra 2 or 3 turns of the balls make that much difference in this game.
So that hole in one puts added pressure on Ken here. He needs to match it or he'll fall 3 down. Let's see if he's hit a good putt.
Yeah. Just overcompensated there. He plays a different shot than Vince does. But he's now 3 down.
Vince definitely in the driver's seat now as we go into hole 13. He'll go off of the left-hand rail.
This is the difficult hole for the players because the difference in speed required on this hole versus the hole previous. Nice shot there by Vince. He's got his touch. He has the honors.
And Ken needs a hole in
Ken
one.
needs a hole in one desperately.
3 down at this point. If he doesn't ace here, it'll be 4.
And he did not hit a good shot.
Didn't quite have the
Didn't do it.
speed that he needed.
All week I missed this one.
So Ken drops to 4 down now, and it's getting tough now. 4 down with 5 holes to play.
Right, you heard him say that that's the first time that he's missed that hole all week long. I know he's disappointed. He counted on that one. And just like both players are going to count on this one, this hole here for the pros is one they expect to make.
Vince will
Ball
play this
starts out
straight up.
Let me in. Let me in.
Nice shot. Ken expects to top him on this hole, and he must because it's a dormy match. If he does not score a hole in one, the match is over. If he does, the match will continue on for one more hole at least.
He'll play it just the way Vince did, straight up, speed putt. See if he's got the right speed to rock it in, and he does, barely.
But he did, and we move on to hole number 15. This is a Dormy match. Vince Batten from Richmond, Virginia. 4 holes up with 4 holes to play, a hole in one on any one of the next 4 holes, 15, 16, 17, or 18. And he will be the ProPutters.com PPA Match Play Champion.
And you know he's thinking to himself right now, let's put it away right now. 1 hole in one and the match is over. There it is.
Our champion. A big smile from our runner-up.
Both of them played a great match. Vince just got hot when he needed to down the stretch. Vince Batten is the match play champion. We'll come back, talk to the 2 participants coming up after the break.
We come to the conclusion of the PPA National Match Play Championship. We had a great tournament. Dennis, let's talk to the runner-up. Ken, tell me about the match tonight.
The match was a good match. Vince played extremely well. I didn't play as well as I'd hoped, but Vince played real well. He deserved the victory, and I just want to thank the PPA for sponsoring such a nice match play event. Really enjoyed playing all this week and in the tournament, and thank you very much, and congratulations to Vince.
Thank you, and it's my pleasure to present you this consolation check in the amount of $1,000. Thank you for your participation.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Dennis, let's talk to the champion.
Vince Batten of Richmond, Virginia is the PPA National Match Play Champion. Vince, 10 under par for 15 holes. You were hot when you had to be.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I had no idea what I shot. I just like to focus on one hole at a time and remain focused throughout the match. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say you've, I'm sure, won several tournaments in your career, but this has got to be the cream of the cake, cream of the crop right here.
Yeah, this is the best. This is just great. It's a great tournament. There's lots of great players out here. This is just a great tournament to win.
Vince, I believe Mr. A. Boyd has a check he'd like to present to you.
Vince, on behalf of Putt Putt Golf Course, we present you a winner's check of $2,000. Congratulations
Thank
to
you, Joe. I really appreciate it.
Well, this will conclude our National Match Play Championship here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Joe, great facility. We've had great crowds the past several weeks. You've got to be thrilled with how the tournament went here on your home course.
Dennis, I am thrilled. We have a great champion in Vince, and I congratulate him. We invite you to come out to the Putt Putt Golf Course here in Lynchburg. You may not be as good yet as Vince or Ken, but we invite you to come out and give it a try. Maybe someday soon we'll see you on the Putt Putt Championship Series.
Again, Vince Batten of Richmond, Virginia, this year's Match Play Champion. Thanks for joining us, and continue to play putt-putt.